Hello everybody, this is the Introverted Comedian. Welcome back to a new video from the Exile lands. Slow pace. So during the last episode I actually managed to get myself some armor. I still need one more piece of heavy armor, the hand part, but I'm getting close to it. Also, I have unlocked a couple of other things, including the alchemist bench, which allows me to use the aloe extracts. So that's quite useful, to be honest. So right now, in order to actually get that armor done, I do need to get myself to the area where the rhinos are. I have been here before, so I will visit them again. Hopefully this time I will be able to kill a few more than I did last time. Sadly I didn't have these extracts, and without the proper armor it was harder for me to farm them all. One of the tigers in the area nearly killed me that time. So if you are a new gamer on this game, then that could be quite risky. But if you have this armor on, heavy armor, the 4 pieces as I do, and you have a decent iron weapon, then you could actually farm quite a bit of those thick hides or rhino hides, and then be able to turn them into thick leather, so you can actually make yourself better armor. So, as I mentioned before, there's a tiger in this area. I want to test myself against him. Test the new armor to see how good it is. Yeah, so it's far better than the medium one, but as you can see, the main damage comes from the bleeding effect, which is why having these is very good for me. I just need to be a little bit careful. There should be a tiger in this area as well. There we go, he's up there on those rocks. And I think he just saw me. So after I take care of him, I can go massacre some rhinos. Fortunately, it seems he went after the rhino first. And now wants to run away. Yeah, so unfortunately, until you get steel weapons, these guys are not so easy to kill. Okay, another one over here. I'll just wait for it to finish. Yeah, it actually did a good job for me. I was actually trying to trick him into missing me. Got myself killed over there. Yeah, so like I said, their main attacks are not so bad. The annoying part about them is when they actually start bleeding you. these guys should be a little bit easier to kill. You just need to let them go with that attack. And as you can see, they're quite easier to take care of compared to a tiger. Now the best strategy is to let them go for that charge, and then you can simply take them out, because that charge may sometimes cause bleeding, which again will take its toll on you, on your HP. Now, let's not forget to invest the attribute points. Especially since now I'm doing the expertise part, which allows me to carry more. Okay, this guy just resetted itself. Yeah, so basically if you have a weapon that can deal some bleeding damage, you can actually bleed them out quite fast. Also, they're very good for getting you some XP, which means you'll be able to level up and then unlock more knowledge, and of course better weapons. I'm gonna test myself against one of these guys. I'm not sure I'm actually able to kill one, but they also give some thick hide. Once again, if you manage to deal some bleeding damage, that will be very helpful. Otherwise, it's not so easy with just iron weapons. Also, since I don't really have that much stamina, it's kind of hard to put up a good fight. Okay, so I was lucky. So fortunately it seems that my heavy armor is able to withstand most of their blows. But when it comes to actually dealing damage to them, it's quite hard. Oh yeah, that was bad. Okay, so basically you can defeat them. The main issue comes and they actually run away like this, so their HP will go back. As you can see, somewhere in the back, one of the tigers already defeated one of the elephants a lot faster than I can do it. Gonna swap to mace and see if this one is better. Okay, so apparently it takes quite a long time to deal with one of them big guys. So definitely stealing the hides from this one, and then I'll go back focusing on the rhinos. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video when I came to visit this area, there is one rhino that you don't really want to mess that much with. It's this guy, he's a mini boss. I'll try to have a go at him. He's not necessarily very powerful, but he is not as weak as the others. As you can see, he barely takes damage compared to them. But if you avoid him, you should be able to put him out of his misery. Basically, the main strategy when it comes to these guys is to stay behind them. Yeah, so there we go. This guy is down. Yeah, so he's basically considered a demonic creature. Some of them might actually give you some extra resources, but not all the time. Forgot to swap my weapon there. Yeah, so I didn't really level up much, and it took me quite a while, which means that this place is not really fit for leveling up. It is quite useful when it comes to getting the rhino leathers, the thick hides, or elephant hides, which you will need later on in the game. But when it comes to experience, it's not that great, as you will have to waste some time killing these guys. So now I am actually able to tan myself some more thick hide and get that 5th piece of heavy armor. And in order to actually save some time when getting experience, I will go after some spiders in the area. Those guys are easy to defeat, very easy to defeat, and they give plenty of experience. So fortunately, unlike many other survival games where some mobs will start attacking you at night, Conan Exiles is not that brutal. Creatures will be in the same places, so you only have to face them if you're going where they spawn. And now it's time to make some more of that thick leather. See, so basically I only need 8 more pieces in order to craft the hand pieces for the heavy armor. During the last episode I also started turning iron into steel bars. And I already have some more steel fire which I can use. But from the looks of it, I will need to make an iron run pretty soon. That's a good thing because the spider cave is over here, Weaver Hollow, and where I'm getting my iron is over here. So basically I can go empty out the spider cave, then go after the iron, then go back and empty the spider cave again, meaning that I can farm both iron and experience. Still, before I actually leave for that area, I do need to repair my pickaxe, otherwise there's no point in going, is there? I keep forgetting the controls. Let's see if that's enough. And unfortunately it wasn't. So there's no point in using my torch, although I do need a new one quite soon, since I'm going in the spider cave. So as I said, I will need some more iron. Also, I do need some more fuel for the furnaces. One of the main reasons why you want to advance when it comes to tools or weapons is that they will either get you more resources in case of the tools, or they will do more damage in case of the weapons, which means that by harvesting the same deposits you will be able to get much more iron or stone or whatever you're farming. And when it comes to the weapons, you'll be able to finish off your opponents faster. So again, the reason why I chose to have my camp over here is basically because of the iron deposits. There are some over here where I just went, there are some more over here, some more over here, and a couple more in this area. And you will actually need it in order to advance, unless you want to start going after NPC camps, because that's where you can actually find either the equipment you want, or you can find the metals as well. So that's most of the iron over here. Now it's time to place it in a furnace. I also got myself some extra stone, which I can turn into bricks. As I said in the previous episode, if you're melting, or whatever it's called, because I'm not sure. I know you're melting the iron stone. I'm not sure what happens to the bricks. Basically, if you just place them inside the furnace, for each 5 pieces of stone you will get 1 brick. And there we go, some extra bricks. And over here I will have some extra iron. So this one is nearly full. I don't need to worry about it. I do need some wood though, and some plant fiber, because I need to fix my torch. Yeah, so on the way to the spider caves I can actually get a little bit extra experience by killing these guys. They are also a decent experience source, considering how easy it is to defeat them. Now, from what I've seen, when it comes to spiders, it's easier to defeat them with a mace. And bye-bye, Mr. Spider. There's a couple more over here before entering the cave. Yeah, so that's the thing about not having enough stamina. You can end up in situations like this one, where you don't have enough even to block the shield, so make sure you have plenty before engaging too many enemies or strong enemies. When it comes to the spiders, if you have medium or heavy armor, you don't need to worry that much. You can let them bite you a little bit. At least when you're playing on easy settings or single player. Otherwise it might not be so fun. Yeah, so as I said, there are a couple more spiders inside Weaver Hollow. And you can see they are quite easy to defeat, and they give plenty of experience points for how easy they are to kill. Now, the biggest out of them is this one, and And there's one more similar to this one. As you can see, they have more hit points, but they also give more experience. So later on in the game, when you can juggle around with the attribute points, you can actually invest a little bit in grit, and then you won't be making these fights so long, because basically you'll just have more options when it comes to attacking. Now if I run a little bit and then swing my mace or my war axe a little bit, I'm already out of stamina, and that's not good. Yeah, so I've been here before, I've already said this. There is also a second part of this cave. If you can jump from here, it will surely kill you because the distance is too big. And unfortunately you cannot hang on to the walls. But over there in the distance, there is another cave you can access. And over there is a boss, demon spider, the legendary chest. So you can actually be pretty lucky sometimes and get yourself a very good weapon, as long as you can defeat the boss. Yeah, so right now I'm at level 29, which is quite good. Hopefully when I raid the cave again, I will be able to reach level 30 once I'm coming back with the iron. And at the same time, I'm hoping that I can finally get those steel tools. Now, if I remember well, because I haven't played in a while, you won't be able to unlock the weapons straight away. I think you actually need to wait. Let's see. So when it comes to the steel weapons, yeah, you will need to go a couple of levels higher. Which is not very good, to be honest. These are at very high levels. So it was much simpler when it came to iron, because I already have some from a DLC, so you can unlock them straight away at level 10, I think. But after all, there's no rush. I still need to make all that steel before actually being able to craft things. Okay, so it seems that I actually broke my shield and I need some more wood and some twine. Okay, so that's the twine. Now, for the moment, I didn't go for an iron shield just yet. Still using the wooden one. Considering the opponents I'm fighting, it would be a waste of iron. As I said before, this area over here, close to the big brown desert part, which is one of the most difficult areas. It's actually quite rich in iron deposits, especially if you come here with a better tool. You'll be able to live with maybe 1,000 or more iron. You just need to make sure not to go too far. Over here in the desert, there's some snakes. There's that big guy, a demonic snake. There's some small ones, some cobras. Those are annoying because they have a really difficult hitbox. You might actually miss them quite a lot, and they can poison you to death. And of course, over here on the left, there's this big guy, the red dragon. And using iron weapons will actually get you nowhere. I think it's possible to kill him if you're experienced. But if you're not experienced and you're not very good at dodging or things like that, and you don't have like half an hour to waste or maybe even longer, then it will take you quite a long time. Even if you're using daggers which add bleeding effect, it will still take quite some time. So as you can see, sadly, since I'm using iron tools, I didn't really get that much iron over here. It's kind of annoying, to be fair. But that's why I'm working hard to get those steel ones. It's not going to be a huge difference, but it is definitely much better. Sadly, I am still quite far away from the highest level, which is 60, where you can actually take advantage of the best tools in the game. Okay, so over here it's quite tricky because there's some spiders. Once again, I will get the chance to have some extra experience. There's some more iron over here, and another spider. So I'm actually quite disappointed. Usually I would have had at least 900 ironstone by now in this area, even with the iron tools, but unfortunately you don't have a 100% chance of getting that iron. Sometimes you're getting stone as well. Okay, so it seems like I don't really have to clear the cave just yet. Yeah, so as you can see now, you can choose a perk. So in case you're after rare resources, you can go with this one. In my case, I prefer to go for this one, because the final hit will grant you some additional resources. Basically, to show you as an example, the last hit usually doubles the amount, which makes it a lot easier. Usually my aim when it comes to expertise is to get to level 15, because when you get to hard worker, instead of hitting things 3 times, you just need to hit them 2 times or 1 time, depending on the deposit or the resource you want to harvest. Let's not forget to eat. Okay, I might as well clear the cave a second time. After all, I do need level 31 in order to have the weapons unlocked. Okay, I wasn't expecting this one. Yeah. Sure that I'm going to block it. Gonna test the war axe a little bit. Yeah, so unless you get all 3 hits in, you won't be able to kill the spider in one combination. So it's back to the mace. So I cannot wait for those steel weapons. It's not a huge difference, but it is a good difference. You can actually end these fights a lot faster, so you can farm them easier. And you can actually farm them more times, the same amount of time. Okay, thank you very much for the experience. So I'm quite close to level 31, which is very good. Now if I remember well, there might actually be a journey step which allows me to unlock perfected steel weapons, and not only they do higher damage than the steel weapons, but they will actually add all the weapon types. Basically right now, when I will go to level 31, I can only unlock the steel short sword, and then I need to wait quite a long time for the rest. Okay, so I'll just grab some iron from here quickly. Fortunately, now that I increased my expertise, I am also able to carry more. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I mentioned this in any of the previous videos. If you're next to a body of water, like it was the river over here, and you press the interact button with it, then you are able to drink. This is why I don't need a water skin. But if you're going in an area where water is not so easily accessible, then you will need that water skin with you. Okay, so that's level 31. That's perfect for me. Now there are a couple of more iron deposits on top of this hill. So my advice, if you are a new player and you don't want to waste that much time, you can either watch a video like this one, or you can find some websites where you have where you can select which resources you need, and you will see their locations on the map, and that will save you some time. Otherwise, if you just start looking blindly for them, you might end up wasting quite a lot of time. I remember my first game. I was trying to advance, and I basically made a base over here, and there was simply not enough iron in the area, and as you can see, I managed to scrape around 1000 over here, but that will go away quickly. And in that starting area over here, you won't be able to get 1000 so easily, which means it's best to actually find the area that's best suited for your needs. Okay, now it's time to drop this over here. I can actually get myself some more steel. Get some more bricks as well, because I will very soon need them. These can go away. Okay, so now, as I said, level 30 allows you to finally unlock the steel tools. You can also unlock separately the steel skinning knife and the steel cleaver. Honestly, I'm not much of a fan of the steel cleaver, but when it comes to the steel skinning knife, it will get me some extra resources, so I will go for it. Another thing you can unlock is this, the Master Blacksmith, which allows you to build an improved furnace and the improved blacksmith bench. The best thing about this is that the improved blacksmith bench will actually allow you to use less resources for tools or anything you're crafting inside. When it comes to the furnace, it will start smelting things faster. So I will go with that one. I will also go with this one, this one, this one, this one as well. Might as well unlock the weapon. Okay, so right now if I go over here and I look at the steel tools, it will cost me 30 steel bars and 15 leather. Now, fortunately I have some bricks and I want to check exactly what resources I need in order to craft the improved blacksmith bench. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. I need to waste some iron. I wasn't expecting it to be that much though. Now, basically, as I showed and was asked to do for another journey, you can craft the iron reinforcements over here. Sadly, in this normal blacksmith bench, you will require 2 iron bars. The improved version will only require 1. So I just need to do this right now. Meanwhile, I can get my last piece of heavy armor. Charge the hands. And then whatever iron is left, I can use it to craft some reinforcements. Now I will have to actually give it some time for both things to be ready, and then hopefully very soon I will be able to get that improved bench. Okay, so let's see. Am I lucky enough? Still not there. Let's see. I still need 11, I think. And I finally got my full heavy set on. As you can see, there is quite a difference when it comes to the armor value. On the other hand, they are quite heavy. as the name says, heavy armor. So now my carrying capacity is diminished a little bit, especially since both pieces have the same effect, well, the same bonus as getting that 15 extra carrying capacity. Okay, so once more, the improved bench requires 100 of these. Fortunately, I already had them done. And now I have these. Now, for a couple of seconds, I will place it over here to show you the difference. Okay, so when you go in, you will notice that the steel pickaxe now will actually require only 22 steel bars and 11 pieces of leather compared to 30 and 15. While you can easily get that leather, the steel is not so easy to come by. So I can remove it. I will remove this one from here, replace it with the new one, and now I can actually craft what I need. I should have some leather over here, and I do. Okay, so first is going to be a steel pick, which means that I will also be able to complete the craft the steel tool. Now I need to craft a steel weapon. Fortunately, I've already unlocked the short sword. Again, it will take 22 pieces of steel, which is not ideal, to be fair, but it's not so bad. Hi, Jason. Okay, so with the sword done, I've actually completed the journey, and the best thing about this is the reward. As you can see, you get the perfected steel light weapons, and more than that, you're getting some steel fire. Yes, Jason, I'm playing on PlayStation 5. So now if you take a look over here, you will see the perfected steel battle axe, perfected steel mace, which means that by completing the journey, you don't have to wait until level, let's see, it was level 38. Sorry, Jason, I'm playing in single player, which means it's a local game, it's not an online game. At the moment, I've only tried online a little bit, so unfortunately you cannot join me. I am looking forward to starting to play the game soon online. It seems quite challenging, to be honest, but as I said, I'm just not ready to go at it yet. And since you're new, you can actually start a single player game, get yourself accustomed to it, and then you can actually go online and play it against other people. Or if you can go for PvE, you can experience it there as well, in a similar way you'd experience single player. Okay, so now better weapons checked, better armor checked. Okay, so to show you a difference, I have the iron pick over here. So let's take some soul of stones. If you're going with the iron, you'll get 9 pieces, sorry. And if you're going with the steel one, you will get a lot more, as you can see. And so I think before there were joined together, basically you'll get 2 extra, you'll get 11 instead of 9. Sometimes you might get 10, sorry. So it's not a major improvement, but it's still better, especially when you're collecting some rare resources. Now I do need a hatchet as well. Apparently, if you want a steel skinning knife, you also need some shaped wood. Before doing that, I do want to check, because once you go to level 30, you also unlock the improved carpenter bench, which again will consume less resources when you're crafting things. So right now I need some wood. As I said before, since I have the improved bench, now it only takes 1 iron bar to make the iron reinforcements. So I can craft a couple of those as well. I will need to use them in mostly anything that I need to build soon. Okay, so now I need plenty of wood. I need to make some of that shaped wood. And I just remembered that I actually crafted the steel axe, steel hatchet. Okay, so another thing, if I remember well, is the fact that the new tools will have more durability. Basically, the better they are, the higher the durability, which means you can actually harvest a lot more before having to repair them. Now I actually have the perfect chance to test my weapon. If I can actually... Oh, that was nice. Yeah, so basically, as you can see, the health damage is 35. I think I only had around 14 or something like that on the iron version. So this is quite a huge improvement. But as I showed, you actually need to hit the target, otherwise it's not very useful. So since I'm in this area, after I will harvest a couple of trees, I was talking in the previous episodes about the rock noses and how dangerous they can be if you don't have the proper armor and weapons. I did mention that once you get yourself some steel weapons and some decent armor, you can actually gain plenty of experience from those rock noses. There is one up this hill. Let's kill the crocodile first. Okay, so while they do give some nice experience, these guys, the rock noses, will actually require for you to attack them with a mace. As you can see, they will go down quickly. On the other hand, if you choose a different weapon, it will go down just as easily. So depending on your opponents, you also want to choose the best weapon. Because this way you will be able to level up faster, and of course you can unlock better knowledge. Just like in life, better knowledge will mean that you have more chances at surviving and can get yourself better things. Sorry, it's quite a far way until getting the best ones. It will be around level 60, as you can see. You actually get the top things. Sadly, compared to some games where you can use some machines, or if anyone is playing Ark Survival, where you can use dinos to harvest plenty of resources, here you actually have to do it manual, so it will be kind of grindy at some point. But it is worth it once you set yourself up. This is one of the reasons why I avoid starting to build anything in single player mode. Basically, there's no one to attack your base unless you actually build everything next to enemies. Usually that's not allowed by the game. For example, here at the top of this hill, there's a NPC camp. You can see that guy over there at the top of the hill. So if I want to build inside it or close to it, the game will show me that it's not allowed. That means you're actually quite well protected. So you can just make a camp like this one. And then when you're ready to properly build and you have the best tools in the game, which allow you to harvest quite fast and quite high quantities, then you can start making your actual base. Okay, so as I said, I do need some of these. Let's see exactly how many. So I need 50 of these, 100 bricks. I already have them. So that's 25 extra. The reason why I don't want to craft more is because once I get the improved carpenter's bench, the cost will go down from 5 pieces of wood, I think, to 3 pieces of wood. It's not a huge difference, but it does allow you to save a little bit. Might as well have some extra twine. Okay, so this will take some time. These are ready, which is good. Meanwhile, I can actually use the new pickaxe and get myself some more stone. Now, as I mentioned before, if you find 2 pieces of stone next to each other, it will actually allow you to harvest a lot faster, because you're basically harvesting them at the same time, like it is over here, and as it was before. Yeah, so basically you just need to aim for something somewhere between, and you will get both of them. So I think since I started playing the game during the last few updates, they actually changed a couple of things. At some point you actually needed 10 stones in order to get 1 brick. Now you just need 5 stones to get 1 brick. And that basically saves you half the time. Now sadly, even in single player mode, unless you mess around with the settings, I just use the default ones, unless you mess around with those settings, you still have to farm for quite a bit, as you can see. And also, when it comes to experience, you're not getting that much experience by harvesting resources. Usually it actually pays off fighting enemies. Sadly, if you don't have strong enough weapons, then it will be a little bit difficult. So if you set your eyes on more carrying capacity and invest some point in expertise, like I did over here, as you can see, you can carry quite a big quantity, even if you're wearing a heavy armor. so it's definitely worth it. Now, once you play the game for a little bit more, there are some potions, if I remember well, which allow you to play with those attributes, meaning that you can tweak them every time you drink one of those potions. So basically, you can go into full fighting mode by maximizing your strength, vitality, and grit, or you can go in full harvest mode and taking all of these down, maxing up on expertise, grit, and one of the others. You can go with agility, for example. Okay, add some more of these over here. Let's see. Okay, so this one is ready. I have the bricks. I need these. And now I can actually craft the improved carpenter's bench. Again, I will place it next to the standard one. When it comes to looks, as you can see, this one is better finished, as it was for blacksmith benches. This one looks definitely a lot better than the basic one. But the main difference comes inside. As I said, you have the costs, the resources you need to use in order to craft something will be decreased when you're using this one. As you can see, I now need only 3 pieces of wood. So again, I will remove this one, I will remove this one, get the improved one over here. And now I can start crafting a lot more of these. I'll actually go with the entire quantity. So I think, yeah, they even save some resources on bows. The same goes for arrows. So basically, it makes it a lot easier because you don't have to farm for resources that much. Now, another thing I do need is these, because I need some more insulated wood later. Basically, as you can see, and I've shown in a previous video, if you add wood inside of the dryer and use bark as fuel, you will get, for each piece of wood, you'll get 2 pieces of dry wood and 1 of resin. Now, one of the good things about this is that you can actually use the dry wood instead of coal. Okay, so first I need to let that one burn. Now, speaking of furnaces, once you reach level 30, you can also build an improved furnace. It will take 100 iron though. So let me just grab it from here. Okay, so as I was saying, you can actually use this as a fuel, and I think it actually lasts longer, which is quite good. Let's see, what exactly did I need? Okay, so I actually need 50 bricks and 100 iron bars. Now this one can stay as it is. I want to upgrade this one. And this will basically start going faster. As you can see, it's actually melting or smelting that iron quite fast. On the other hand, it is a little bit slower if you're doing it in this one. Of course, later on there will be an option for something even better. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep some of that iron with me. You never know when you'll need it. Now, I do have this one. And I actually need to get myself a better skinning knife. Now, if you want, you can also get yourself a sickle or something like that. The main thing is to actually consider the resources you're using. Steel is not so easy to come by early in the game. And if you need plenty of plant fiber, then you can upgrade. If not, you can wait until later and still use, like I am going to do, the iron sickle. You don't really need that much plant fiber or that twines. Twines. On the other hand, the steel skinning knife will be useful when you want to craft more armors. Okay, so let's see exactly what else I've unlocked. Okay, so now you can actually go for the best constructions in the game. Black ice. Basically, you're now a master mason. Begin as a salvager, then journeyman, then master. And if you have DLCs, you will get some extra type of constructions, which are quite nice, to be fair. Okay, now I'm not going to use this just yet, but I am going to unlock it. Tavern. Let's see what else is unlockable over here. Okay, you can unlock this, which allows you to farm. Yeah, so Troll Taker and Animal Pens, basically these knowledges allow you to get yourself followers. My main goal now is to get this one done. I have no idea why I can't unlock it yet. I need to level up because I don't have enough points. Yeah, basically when it comes to taking followers, you can either use lesser Wheel of Pain, or later on in the game you can get the greater Wheel of Pain. Usually this one suffices. The main reason why I'm not taking them straight away is because they're not that strong. The ones you can get, they're not that strong. The ones you cannot actually take and the ones you need are quite hard to knock down with this normal truncheon. Basically, I'm waiting for the improvements, because you can get that torturer's work table and you can get yourself an iron truncheon, which allows you to deal more knockdown damage. So now I just need to level up. Let's see. Oh yeah, and there is also this. The animal tamer. Basically, when it comes to this, you can either build a small animal pen or an animal pen. The small one will only allow you to host one animal. Basically, you can only try to tame one animal, while the animal pen will allow you to tame 5 animals at the same time. There's also some special types of gruel, which allows you to alter the skins of certain animals. And there's also some special food which allows you to get better versions of different animals. Now, let's see exactly what I need in order to build one. Usually you will find them over here under companions. So I need 300 stone, 400 wood and some twine. Might as well get it. There's no actual point to go for just a small one. So you can actually go straight away for the larger one. And as soon as I'm getting that built, I will show you how to actually get some baby animals. And then tame them. Okay, so that wood should suffice. Now it's time to get some stone. Once I will reach level 15 in expertise on attributes, there will be a game changer, to be fair. I did mention it earlier. You can actually harvest the resources a lot faster. Basically, instead of 3 or 4 strikes, as it might take now, it will only take 2. Okay, so now I have the resources for that animal pen, or at least I hope so. I just need to grab some twine, and if you have a tanner's table, you will surely have it. Okay, so one of the things you need to know is that the animal pen is quite huge, so you will actually need plenty of space, as you can see. It's not that handy. Let's see if I can find the place for it. think there's a high... Oh, no. Yeah, I don't want to place it badly either. Okay, I think this should suffice. I don't really need that space. It's not like this is going to be my base forever. Okay, so now as you can see, we've got some slots and some inventory. Basically, the inventory will allow you to keep animals in there. Okay, let's close over here. Okay, so as I said, now in order to actually tame some animals, you will need to grab the baby versions. As you can see with these gazelles, you have the adult ones. This is a female. There's also some males around. And there's also the baby gazelles. And it's quite easy to actually get one. You just go next to it, interact with it, and you've got a fawn. Now, as you can see, it does have a timer, 24 hours expiry. When it comes to gazelles, all they need is some plant fiber. So you just get yourself over here, add the gazelle, add the fiber, and you will see here on the bottom, on the right side, it's already starting to turn into a mature one, to a mature version. It's not always the same thing, so you won't always get just the normal gazelle. Sometimes you can get better versions. Now, since we are here, I do want to get myself one more animal. Well, I want to get a couple of them, to be fair. So I'll leave this over here and I'll take my skinning knife because I want to make a visit over here and see if I can grab some rhinos, maybe an elephant, depending on how much my carrying capacity allows me. And then close by over here in this area there's some baby crocs. As I said, I do want some rhinos. The main reason why I want to go for the rhinos is because if you get the standard version of a rhino, you can use it as a mount. That can actually be very useful. They have plenty of storage space and you can run around the map a lot faster. Also, I do want to test my new weapons against the tigers. Because unfortunately the iron ones were not dealing that much damage. Where the Pikachu is it? Okay, it's here. And there we go. This is much faster. I think by this time I can easily farm elephants as well. I don't really need to just yet, but if needed I could do it. Now, let's see, there's another friend of mine over here. He nearly killed me earlier. And he's down. Okay, one more level in expertise. Stay there, Mr. Rhino. Now I do want to unlock something before I forget, and this was the Wheel of Pain. Okay, so if you want baby rhinos, as you can see, they are just over here. You just need to pick them up, and they're yours. Might have to deal with the parents from time to time. Now that I have improved weapons, I actually pity their parents. Because it used to be a lot harder for me to take them down. Now, as you can see, compared to iron weapons, which actually took me 2 combos, I can take them in 2 swings. More than that, with the new steel skinning knife, I can actually get a better quantity of hides. Let's grab them from this one as well. I want to get myself another baby. I need to make sure that I actually have the capacity of doing it. As you can see, they are quite heavy. Let's check it. Where was it? So there was one running around here. There we go. Okay, so I still have some capacity. I'm gonna try to sneak around and grab one of those baby elephants. Usually, if you get a better version, they're able to carry quite a lot of things. Okay, so that's perfect. Might as well test my weapon on this guy. It's quite hard killing one earlier. So it seems like I am doing some damage. No, I forgot about this one. Okay, so this is definitely a lot easier. Now I can properly farm elephants as well if needed. Okay, so I'm kind of out of space. I just need to return to my base and place the babies. Now, if I remember well, since I'm just beginning the game, I don't really have any special food. So, I think the best one you can give to them is tree bark, which increases your chances of getting the better version. For example, when it comes to the rhinos, if you get the stronger version, it's going to be a black rhino. The strongest version is called a greater rhino, but for that one you usually need something called shade blue, and I am far away from getting that. Not to mention, you also need a stove to cook. And I think pretty soon I will be able to play with this guy. As you can see over here in this cave, there's a world boss crocodile. So So I said I do need some bark. Let's get a little bit more. Yeah, so I was saying, when you get a better version of the rhinos, unlike the first one, is a mount. The next ones will be fighters. So as you can see, now these guys already started growing. For some reason my phone looks like a gazelle, but if you look over here, it's still a fawn. It's still growing. I will also leave this exotic meat over here because I'm going to get a baby crocodile. Nope. Okay, it looks like I will need to harvest a lot more bark. Well, that's going to happen after I'm getting that crocodile. Okay, so these weapons are definitely great. They have more durability, more health damage. They don't weigh that much since it's the light version. It was quite a good addition when I started playing years ago. We had the steel weapons, normal ones, which was harder to get. Oh, and there we go, we have a mini boss crocodile, or demonic crocodile. This guy is not so easy to defeat, as you can see. Even with heavy armor, he was able to pretty much easily deal damage to me. I don't really need those. As I said, I also need some bark. Might as well take some. Okay, so again, when it comes to baby crocodiles, this is one of the areas where you can take them. Now, you can fight their mother. Just make sure to fight her a bit away from them. Usually they start running once you fight her. If not, you can just go next to them, grab one, and then you can fight the mother crocodile. I think the rest already started running. There's usually 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, as you can see, they're running away. If you want, you can grab an extra. So these are called crocodile hatchling. Usually they will require some meat, any type of meat. Of course, some meats are actually better because they will give you the chance to get that version I just fought, that alpha or demonic crocodile. If you want, you can have a look at my previous videos regarding the Exile lands, and you will see there is quite a difference between a normal crocodile and that improved version. think a normal one has somewhere around 100 HP or something like that, while the improved version has around 1000. So basically, if you take them into a fight or something like that, the normal one might actually die quite fast, while the better version will stay alive for longer and be of use to you. Now, they can also level up, so that's quite good, because once they level up, they gain levels in various aspects, various stats. So they can actually get better at becoming your tank, or some of them might actually deal a lot more damage and they can destroy your enemies. But to be fair, the human followers are usually a lot better. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so sadly not all animals will show up from the start over here. You can see the fawn in there. You cannot see the baby elephant or the other ones. You can send the crocodile over here. As you can see, the hatchling is already starting to grow. Now most of them can grow quite fast, but some of them will take a while. Usually it takes the same amount of time. It's not influencing the version of the animal you're going to get. Okay, so I'm gonna leave one hatchling over here. Doesn't matter where you actually leave them. Okay. Yeah, so now I can actually craft more leather. Now, the reason you want to stack up on these when you can is because later on you're going to unlock some better types of hide and some better types of armor. Let's see. Yeah, so once you get to the epic armors, you will also unlock layered fur, layered silk, and hardened leather. And the hardened leather will require huge amounts of both this, the thick leather, and the normal leather. Okay, so while these guys are growing, I do need to check one more thing. As I said, there's also another type of companions. Now, where the Pikachu did I leave my construction hammer? Okay, so in order to craft this, the Wheel of Pain, as you can see, you will need quite a lot of resources, especially iron reinforcements. That's not something ideal. You can always craft a lesser one. It doesn't require that many resources. The main issue with this one, if you need more trolls or human followers to convert from NPCs to being yours, you basically can use only one space here. You've got 4 spaces over here, and once you unlock the best version, which is this one, the Greater Wheel of Pain, then you can have 8 of them converting at the same time. So early game you can use any of them, well, the ones accessible, but this is what I mostly wanted, because you have the fiber bindings, and where is it? The truncheon. These you can craft in your inventory, but if you want the better version, the leather bindings and the iron truncheon, you will actually need to place one of these. So let's grab 50 of these. Let's see, 25 pieces of these. Now, as I said, this is quite a rare resource because it's harder to make. It's not that easy to get straight away, the steel, so fortunately it doesn't really require that many pieces. Okay, and I need some, and that's perfect, fine. Okay, so basically I'll just add it up over here. And as you can see, now you can craft the rawhide bindings or leather bindings and the iron truncheon. I'll just quickly get some iron. These. I always forget which one I actually need to push in order to get it. Okay. So now we've got this one. A little bit more. And now I can actually have myself a go at getting some followers, some human followers. Now, before that, let's see. The phone is close to actually becoming an adult. Unfortunately, it's quite late, so I won't be bothering with many things. Let's see how much iron I have left. Yeah, so basically now I will go for this one. I need 50 pieces of iron. Some stone. some wood. Fortunately, when it comes to single player, the resources will spawn quite quickly unless you build something on top of them. So I can actually use the same area to get myself more resources. I don't really have to go that far away from my camp. Okay, so I just need some twine or rope, or call it whatever. I already have that over here. Okay, so basically you can just simply build this somewhere. Now this is not necessarily the best place to have it. I will attempt to get follower from the area. Let's see, meanwhile I think, yeah, there we go. I actually have my first adult animal. And it's a stag. Now you just need to place it on the wheel and then place it into the world, and there we go. That's your first follower. As you can see, it doesn't have necessarily a lot of HP, but I do think it has better than this one. Yeah, a lot better. Now if you interact with it, you can see there are various ways of combat. You can hold, chase, or withdraw. I'm gonna set it on withdraw. I'll go with passive. This guy is not a fighter. Again, it will go passive. The good thing about these guys is that you can actually have them follow you by interacting with them and selecting follow. Now he will come with me. And for example, if you want to mine a greater quantity, you can stack them inside. It will take the normal stack in your inventory. Basically, when it comes to stones or wood, it will take 1000. So in this case, since you're not able to hold 10,000 stones in your inventory, you can take your stack with you, travel around the area, then come back. This way you've saved yourself some time. Now it can also grow. Let's see. As you can see, it has some stats in strength, agility, vitality, and grit. Usually you have the growth chance. Basically, when it comes to vitality, every time it levels up, this guy will gain 1 level in vitality. And there's also some things, as you can see on the right side, there's a certain diet which will actually increase a certain level. I don't remember exactly which one, exactly what it does, but let's have some plant fibers and some berries. Give them to him. Okay, there should be a crocodile around here. Okay, so as you can see, the stag will follow you. I've already set it on fleeing in case there's any fight, because it doesn't have that much HP. But once you actually kill an enemy, it will also level up. As you can see, actually gained 2 levels in each of them: strength, agility, vitality, and grit. So that's quite nice. It's actually wonderful, to be fair. So yeah, that's pretty much how you can get yourself an animal follower. Of course, you can stop it from chasing you. The thing is, if it's following you, it will gain experience points and it will level up. If you leave it somewhere around and it's not following you, then it will not raise its level, which is not necessarily very good. As you can see, you can move it around. Usually if you place it like I just did now, then you get it to follow you, and let's say you go somewhere over here on the map and you tell it to stop. At some point it will simply return here home. Just drop a second crocodile over here and grab my stones from this guy. Okay, let's see. So these guys are close to leveling up as well, to maturing. Okay, now when it comes to the human followers, you've got this, which actually shows you the steps. It's called Troll Taker. You need to access or place a Wheel of Pain. We have one over here. Then you need to craft a truncheon. I already crafted this one. You need some bindings. I already crafted some over here. If you want to do it earlier in the game, as I said, you don't need the torturer's work table. You can just hop in here and go with the fiber bindings and the normal truncheon. Honestly, those would be excellent if you are here in the beginner's area, in the beginner's river, because the trolls over there are quite easy to knock out. Now, when it comes to trolls, there's a couple of types. You have crafters and you have fighters. When it comes to fighters, you have melee fighters, the normal fighters, and archers. And when it comes to crafters, you have various types. You've got armorers, you've got taskmasters, for example. We're also talking about taking on trolls. If you have a troll placed over here, if you find a taskmaster, you knock him down and you convert him, then he will ensure that you can basically tame the new ones a lot faster. Now, when it comes to the taskmaster, you can also use him over here, and they will give more durability, or they will make these weapons more potent, which means you can knock your enemies down faster. If you have an armorer, for example, it can improve your armor up to a certain degree. Basically, there's 4 types of each. Some of them called tier 1 will just slightly improve things. When it comes to fighters or archers, they are kind of weak. Then you've got tier 2. Those are slightly better, but still not very good. tier 3 are quite decent, and once you level them up, depending on which faction that NPC belongs to, they might be quite strong. And tier 4 are usually quite strong, and they are named. I will show you later on exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so basically, as I said, there are some factions when it comes to NPCs, and I'm going to basically visit the ones who are the weakest pretty soon. So, as I said earlier, there are some NPCs in this area. They don't have any name, they don't have any faction. They are simply exiles, just like you were in the beginning. And they are easy to knock down and turn into trolls. Now that might be a good way of you getting yourself some crafters, because it's a lot easier to get a tier 2 or tier 1 armorer or blacksmith from here than getting one from an area like I am right now here. Then you've got another, the first faction, the weakest, the Dafari cannibals. They are placed around this area. They have quite a huge settlement over here, and another one very important over here. This one is a good source of trolls, no matter if they're fighters or if they're crafters. Second to that, you've got some pirates, the Black Hand. They will usually be around this area, and around here as well in this jungle. And you've got the Dogs of the Desert. The Dogs of the Desert can mostly be found in this area where I am, and a huge part of them will be here, where it's let's call it their capital. And the capital for the Dafari cannibals is over here, while the capital for the pirates is over here, something called the Black Galleon. Also, you've got the heirs of the north over here. These guys are quite strongish. They will have better weapon, better armors, so don't go in that fast. Another faction, the relic hunters, you can find them over here. And again, quite strongish. The good thing, you will find in this area some NPCs that are friendly. You can buy things from them, you can talk to them, or even visit Conan the Barbarian over here in one of these places. There are a couple of friendlies over here. There's some merchants. Some of them can even sell you some crafters or some fighters, which is not so bad, to be fair. Then you've got pretty strong NPCs over here. These are the Cimmerian tribe, the Forgotten tribe. They are quite strong. They have the best weapons nearly in the game. So if I would go as I am right now, I'd probably be an easy target for them. But if you're a good player when it comes to dodging or things like that, you can actually go there quickly, and you might even manage to kill some of them, take their armor, which is, by the way, epic, not standard one, so it's a lot better than what I'm wearing. You can take their weapons, which are a lot better than what I'm using, so you can actually go for a fast start in that area and manage to kill a few of them. Okay, now there are some strong ones inside here, inside the volcano area. These guys are a bit hard to get, so not necessarily worth it. The fighters are very strong though. Still, you can manage to find strong ones in the wild as well. Well, the rest of the map, not necessarily the wild. Okay, so going back, as you can see, I actually have a few of these guys growing up. Let's see. So, there we go. We actually have 2 rhinos. So, as I mentioned earlier, with the bark, you can actually get 2 versions. Now, this guy is the normal one that can be turned into... Wait a second. Starting to think that something changed over here. And it did. Okay, now I'm really confused. Yeah. Okay, so this guy was recently added, or I've never seen him before. Basically, before this guy was the standard version. This guy is the mountable one. Basically, you will need to unlock the saddle knowledge. Let's see if I can unlock it. I can, but I don't have enough points. So I need to level up and then I can do it. And I can get that saddler work table and the rhino saddle. So I will do that soon. And this guy can be your fighter. Again, as you can see, it has the ability of leveling up. This one has as well. He will never join a fight. This one, on the other hand, if you level him up properly, he might actually be very useful. You can also use him to carry things for you, and of course, depending on what you feed him, he can actually be quite useful. Yeah, I am a bit disappointed. I didn't know there was a version like this. Last time when I was playing, this was the lowest version. Then it was a black rhino, and then it was a great rhino. Apparently things do change quite a bit. Okay, now let's see these 2 guys. We've got the standard crocodile. Yeah, so this guy is pretty much useless unless you grow him from the distance. I'm not sure he will do much for you. And then we've got an elephant. As you can see, he's not the same size as the elephant I was fighting earlier, but he is quite decent. Although, to be fair, the rhino looks stronger than him. Again, he has some various bonuses, but the biggest bonus is this. You've got more storage space. So basically, if you actually need to go around and harvest stones, iron, whatever you want, in order not to come all the time back to your camp, you can just grab this guy and he will be quite helpful. Okay, so now that I'm finished with these guys, it's time to see if I'm going to die or not. Okay, so I have my truncheon, I have everything. Basically, you will need to get these in your hot wheel or your quick wheel. My advice, use a shield.
Yeah.
Now, let's see if I actually can. is over here. I might as well get a better shield, but before that I want to see if there's a chance I can get a better armorer's bench. So I'm pretty sure that again I need to level up. Yeah. So I could unlock it, but I need a level up.
Yeah.
Let's see how much it costs me. So I can't spare that iron. I remember, well, it was only 5 of them. Yeah, so the shield will matter a little bit. These guys will actually deal quite some damage. Let's see which one is nicer. Let's go with this one. So it's not necessarily quite a huge difference, unfortunately. So this one has health damage 5, armor penetration. Yeah. So it's just slightly better. I'll just leave my weapon over here. Now, I'm not sure if I should do something risky or not. I will take these. I will take those. Okay, so basically, right now, when you're using the truncheon, you will have something called passive damage, which allows you to knock down your enemies. And this armor set that I managed to get by killing a named enemy, a named NPC inside Sinner's Refuge, can actually increase that concussive damage. Sadly, as you can see, it is light armor, so when it comes to the armor value, it drops mine a lot, but let's hope it will be okay-ish. Now you also need the bindings ready, the rope. What I'm going to do now is try to get myself one of the dogs of the desert. It's not necessarily one of the best choices, but I want to get one since it's closer to my base. So there we go. Now we have as a journey step to knock down a fighter or an archer. Now, usually in this mini camp outside the big camp, you've got either an archer or a fighter, like that guy who's walking around, who's patrolling, and there's a crafter over there standing around the fire. Now, if you want, you can try to trick this guy and having follow you. Just make sure not to be too close, otherwise the crafter will also aggro on you. Okay, so sadly I'm not dealing that much damage, but this guy does. So you will have to use some tactics. Yeah, so this is one of the disadvantages, let's call it. If you take him too far, then he will return to his position. If you go too close, then the other guy will join him in the fight. We just need to find the balance between them. I'll try to get him one more time to follow me. Try not to go so far. Okay, that was a mistake. That was another mistake. Nope. I'm not doing this. This is what happens when you try to fight above your average. So I might actually be able to knock him down unless he decides to run back again. Basically, if you allow him to do that combination, then you should be able to put him down. Now, this guy is not necessarily the weakest link. He is a tier 3, which means he is quite strongish.
Have you nothing better, pup?
Okay, so now he's down, which is very good for me. Now you need to equip your bindings, interact with him to bind him. You just need to drag him back to your camp, or if you want, you can actually have that Wheel of Pain over here, somewhere very close. When you want to farm trolls, it's even better. Unfortunately, if you equip the shield or a torch, you will lose this guy because it will unequip the bindings. Yeah, so now in order to convert him, you just need to interact with the Wheel of Pain. As you can see, he is already in here. Now, the next step is to obtain gruel. I've already showed how to do this in a previous episode. Basically, what you need is either a campfire or a bonfire or a large campfire. You will need some seeds and at least 5 pieces of plant fiber and some fuel for that fire, and then start cooking it and you will get that gruel. After that you need to get that gruel over here. As you can see, it will go in the inventory. Let me just grab some for myself as well. More than that, it will take a lot longer to spoil in here, if I remember well. Okay, and now you just need to start the Wheel of Pain. This guy will start circling around, and at the bottom, on the right side, as you can see, you have his conversion line that you can watch. It's barely advancing right now, but it's slowly doing it. Now, if I had a taskmaster over here, this process would go a lot faster. So, if you can get yourself a taskmaster, that's quite good. Now, this is basically when I want my taskmasters early in the game. They're somewhere around here, if I remember well. Something like that. If not, if you're an experienced player or you want to simply run away and you know how to get some gold on your hands, then you can come over here to this area and you can actually buy taskmasters from one of the merchants, but that's a little bit tricky, so as you're getting used to the game, it's better to actually knock them down yourself. Now, one of the advantages of having these guys, especially a fighter thrall, is that they can actually help in battle. Now, as I said, depending on their tribe or call it faction or whatever, if you get Afari cannibals, they will be weaker than these guys. These guys will be weaker than the heirs of the north. The heirs of the north will be weaker than the Forgotten clan, and so on. But mainly if you get yourself a named one, and I will show you at some point how to get those as well. Or you can watch some of my previous videos where I've shown some location of those guys. Basically, I do have some videos with camps all around, which camps you can find, what faction they belong to, where exactly you can find them, and you can see what type of trolls you can find there. So if you want to have a quick look on my other videos, then you can actually see those guys, and you can quickly go for a stronger version. Okay, so again I'm a bit disappointed because I'm only getting a normal crocodile. I'll just quickly show you. It's usually similar to this one. Yeah, so it appears that I managed to kind of trick this part of the journey. Basically, I was supposed to place a thrall in the world or a fighter. Usually it's supposed to be a human one, but apparently this time it worked with a crocodile. As you can see, they start with the same HP. On the other hand, the growth chances usually vary. Sometimes they can be the same, but most of the time they vary. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see what exactly these steps are. I begin to attack. I need to convert the crafter. Yeah, so if you are rushing and you want like two trolls at the same time, and you don't want to use the resources for the regular Wheel of Pain, you can of course craft two of these. You can place them next to each other or wherever you want them to, and go for it. At the moment I'm waiting for this one to become mine, be converted. I am a little bit disappointed because I was aiming to get myself some better version of the crocodiles, but you can experiment with the meat that you're feeding them. I think I actually gave them the wrong meat. Usually the haunch is too good for them. So yeah, this might be one of the causes why I couldn't get an alpha version, a better version. Let's see. Now I can actually make myself some more steel fire. Not that much, unfortunately. Come on, mate, you can do it. Okay, so basically I want to go after a crafter as well. Apparently having that extra potion damage, concussive damage was quite worth it. It's not necessarily a lot, but it's better than nothing. Still, as you could see, when it comes to going against a fighter, especially one from a good faction, it is quite risky, and it's even riskier when you're going against named fighters. Although over here there is a small encampment of the Dafari cannibals tribe, and you can find someone over here, sorry. You can find someone called Tugra. Actually, the camp is called Tugra Stand, and that guy is quite overpowered for a starting troll, and at the same time, because he belongs to a weaker faction than this guy, he is easier to knock down. So I've actually done some amazing things using that guy. Another thing you can actually use, 1 second, is this, the authority. Basically, once you start investing points in here, you can do more concussive damage, which means you'll knock down your enemies faster. Also, it will cause your followers to deal more damage in fights. And as you can see, there's various perks. Usually when it comes to this one, I like to go all the way. And as you can see, when you invest 20 points, you can actually choose between well-trained and war party. And I most of the time opt in to go with the war party, because it allows you to go with 2 followers. So basically you can have 2 fighters with you at the same time, and that can sometimes be quite a good strategy, because you can have one of them dealing some poison damage when you've got the proper weapons, of course, for them, and you can have one of them dealing bleeding damage and things like that, and this will make your fights a lot easier, because you can also deal some other damage and you can kill your opponents faster. Also, this is one of the reasons why I kept some of this armor. When it comes to animals, they cannot wear any armor, well, except the mounts, which can use their saddles as armor. But these guys don't have any armor. But as you can see, when it comes to the fighter, while it was nice when I knocked him down, he had a nice armor on. Right now he is close to being naked. So you need to provide the armor yourself. Now the good thing is the armor, no matter how heavy or how light it is, it won't take any carrying capacity penalty. So you can actually use heavy armor on him and still be able to get plenty of things for him to carry for you. The sad part when it comes to these guys is that they cannot carry so much. There are, however, some roles called bearers, and those can actually hold plenty of items. They can follow you exactly like a fighter would, and they can be useful when you are trying to move around. For example, like I have here, a small camp. If I need more items or they're too heavy and I want to move around, like these bricks, for example, I need them to build something. but I don't want to build here anymore and I want to build, let's say, over here on the map, then I can have that follower grab as many things as possible. I already have everything necessary prepared from here, and when I get there I can just start building immediately. You can use them in various ways, as I was saying. Okay, so this guy is done. Now, in order to place him, it's just like you would place any of the other followers, the animals, for example. As you can see, he is already coming with his own weapon, which is basically a similar version of the war axe I am using, only since this one is kind of special, it does deal a little bit more damage. Let's see how much steel I have. I do have enough, so I want to do something even better for him. I want him to use a mace. Usually they're quite good with it. Now I just remembered another thing. Apparently I do have to level up quite a bit now, because I have to catch up and unlock this, unlock this. I also want to unlock this, the Sunstorm Breeding Mask, which basically allows you to go anywhere on the map without having to take damage from the Sunstorm, or you can actually go to this area and farm yourself some brimstone, and you can get quite high quantities. Now, aside from that, speaking of weapons or armor, I do need to unlock the enhancements. So again, plenty of reasons to level up. Okay, so it looks like my friend is quite close to whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the medium armor. And you can just pop it on him. Now, in order to heal in battle, as you can see, he is healing, but not quite fast. You can grab some of that gruel, pop it on in his inventory, and as you can see now, he is healing a bit faster, which is good. So I will let him heal for a little bit, and then I'll get him to attack some things. Now you can actually get him to follow you, as you can see. You can even get him to attack things. Now that experience will go both to yourself and to him. If you want, you can even go after a stronger opponent, like this crocodile over here. For some reason, my friend here is not attacking right away, and I think I know why. So, as you can see, he is dealing quite a bit of damage. He is gaining experience, although he is gaining it quite slow. Fortunately, the stats he's starting with are not that useful. He has some strength, plenty of agility, and some grit, which makes him not so useful for me, to be honest. But having that food in his inventory did help. Yeah, so as I was saying, the reason why he didn't actually do anything, it was because I sorted him out on defensive instead of aggressive. Okay. Chase only like that. And now let's give it a try. There's another croco over here. Okay, so if you want, you can just order him to move. And basically, if he is close enough to the target, we should attack it. Yeah, there we go. Well, for some reason, the game is not working very well. He's taking a little bit of damage. I'm considering of giving him some better armor.
Soon my teeth will taste your throat.
As you can see, he was quite efficient. So, not bad. I'm not sure he would do very well in a fight against someone similar to him, though. Yeah, so basically this is pretty much it for this episode. I will cover some more about trolls in the next ones. Maybe some named ones. Maybe some crafters, because there's plenty of types. I did manage to get some steel tools. I got myself unlocked the perfected steel weapons. Also, I got myself the iron truncheon. I raised a couple of animals, so this episode was a little bit productive. But I am still far away from getting there. So until next time, thank you for watching the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.